It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 30th of November. I'm Michael Groff. Dry and breezy to locally windy conditions today. Temperatures should stay pretty close to seasonal averages for much of the upcoming week. Then the forecast turns quite a bit more complicated by the end of the week, the weekend, and beyond. So let's talk about it. First, yesterday, 73 degrees, the afternoon high, 44 was the morning low. The normal high, 70, the normal low, 48. And outside now, here at 5:30 a.m., we have some high clouds out there this morning, sitting at 60 degrees at Sky Harbor. That's a 10-degree jump in temperature over the last hour. Dew points at 21, relative humidity 22%. Wind out of the east at 14, and whenever we get those east and northeast winds in the morning, it can wreak havoc on temperatures a bit. And the barometer is rising. And speaking of wreaking havoc on temperatures, check out this map this morning. Readings all over the board through the metro. It's 39 at Gilbert, but it's in the low and middle 60s at Arcadia and Scottsdale. Meanwhile, 40s and low 50s out in the West Valley. So temperature forecasting this morning, kind of a headache for sure. Here's the upper air look. We've got a short wave approaching the Pacific Northwest coast, high pressure here, and a very impressive trough for the eastern half of the country, and they're seeing the coldest temperatures they've had so far this season. Here's the watch warning map. We've got a wind advisory over southeast Arizona, and that extends up into far eastern Maricopa County today. That does not include the Phoenix metro area. However, in that zone, we could see wind gusts as high as 45 miles per hour today. Elsewhere, wind advisories in parts of the southeast with our strong cold front moving through. Freeze warnings all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Winter weather advisories from the Cumberland Plateau northeastward to the Ohio Valley. Some winter storm warnings up along the Great Lakes there with some lake effect snow coming down. And then out ahead of our front on the convective outlook, a risk of severe storms that extends from Tampa Bay, Sarasota, Orlando, all the way up to around Boston. And the tropics. Today is the last day of tropical season. Officially, we do have an area that the Hurricane Center has defined as a risk for tropical or subtropical development, really. That's north of the Canary Islands out there off the coast of Portugal. We're not going to worry about this system, even if it does develop. It's one of those short-lived subtropical systems that probably would never have been named 10 or 20 years ago. And precipitation around here, valid through next Monday morning from the WPC. No rain in the valley. Really not much to speak of across the state or region as a dry, albeit rather complicated forecast unfolds. And we'll detail it now as best we can as we take a look at modeling. Here we go. The GFS, the 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Our short wave now moving eastward over the Pacific Northwest and into the northern Rockies. High pressure here in northwest flow. Look at that big trough in the east. Down at the surface today, a surface low near Syracuse, New York. An icy north wind behind it, bringing down snow showers as far south as the Tennessee Valley, parts of Alabama, Georgia. And look out here in the west, though, in the southwest. Nothing going on. Very dry conditions. Breezy, though, to locally windy as the pressure gradient tightens. Here in Phoenix, I think east winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, maybe a gust to 25 seems reasonable. But just east and southeast of us down toward Tucson could see some very gusty winds this afternoon. High temperatures in the low 70s today. Tonight, breeze is around, and that's going to make forecasting overnight lows a bit tricky, although I do think it will be cooler with temps tonight dropping into the mid-30s in the cold spots, mid-40s in the urban core. Then tomorrow, our short wave drops into the southern plains states. Another one beginning to develop over the northern plains, the western Dakotas. But around here, northwest flow, and so we stay dry. High temperatures a little cooler, upper 60s to about 70 or so. On Wednesday, that short wave over the Dakotas drops south-southwestward toward the southern Rockies. Very interesting. And again, breezy conditions in parts of eastern Arizona, but we remain dry with high temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. On Thursday, how about this? We've got our short wave now over the southern Rockies and actually becoming highly positively tilted, almost at a 90-degree angle, according to the GFS, extending across central Arizona with a surface high sitting over northeastern Utah. And again, the pressure gradient really tightens here. So we could see some very gusty east and northeast winds at times, maybe even approaching wind advisory levels in parts of south central Arizona. We'll keep an eye on that. High temperatures will remain on the coolish side, though, probably mid and upper 60s here in Phoenix. And then on Friday, That system begins to move on out of here, but another system is shown by the GFS to drop down the central California coast, a weak little wave. Meanwhile, very strong upper ridging stays to the north of us, so we could see an emerging Rex block pattern. But I will tell you that forecast confidence really starts to go down after the end of the week as model spread grows dramatically. The European shows an impressive upper low sitting over Arizona. Don't think that's going to pan out, but again, there are a number of members in the ensemble, especially the European ensemble, that show that scenario, and if that happened, more unsettled conditions might come in here. But for now, the forecast stays dry, and we'll keep that going through the weekend. Despite the fact that the GFS is actually showing an upper low really developing off the central and northern Baja coast during this time. So we might see some occasional high clouds if that pans out, and breezy conditions continuing with highs upper 60s and low 70s. The bottom line is, for the moment, we're going to keep the forecast dry, but this really could change. It just depends on the evolution of this strange pattern. Right, here we go out to a week from today. This is Monday, the 7th of December, a day that shall live in infamy. We've got an upper low developing across the central Rockies, and that's actually retrograding back toward the southwest, believe it or not. Another positively tilted upper low continues off of the central and northern Baja coast with high pressure to our north. Here's Tuesday, the 8th of December, the greatest day on the calendar, and we've got an upper low, a short wave over the southern Rockies now, with another larger upper low off the central and northern Baja coast, and ridging continues to the north, a very strange pattern. And as we go out 10 days, Wednesday the 9th, another short wave drops into the Great Basin with an upper low to the southwest, and this could in fact bring us some unsettled weather. But again, forecast confidence really very low when we're talking about this many moving parts and upper lows and closed lows. Any more than just a few days out. The old closed low is a weatherman's woe setup. All right, as we look at precipitation off the European ensemble for the next couple of weeks, and about 30 of the 50 members in the ensemble are actually showing precipitation out here in early and mid-December. But there are, of course, a number of members that show nothing at all. So the spread is growing here. The ensemble mean really isn't that much, though, only about 0.15 of an inch of rain or so. Temperatures off the national blend of models. One thing that looks fairly clear is that temps will remain relatively close to seasonal averages, within a few degrees one way or the other. Overnight lows outside of some wind at times, generally in the 40s, at least in the mid-city, maybe down in the 30s in the colder pockets. That's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thanks so much for watching. It is always appreciated. You guys be safe out there and have yourselves an amazing Monday.